What's up, everybody? I'm Jessekazam. Welcome back to another Escape From Tarkov video. This is episode 2 in my cheap Chad Destroyers series, kind of, maybe, I don't know. But this is where we talk about guns that are pretty underutilized or don't get a lot of love in Tarkov, but in capable hands can be very, very proficient at dropping just about any enemy that you come across. I stream Escape From Tarkov on Twitch, and all my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say, hey, this video is sponsored by Juju. Juju is an energy drink that is specifically formulated for gamers to increase energy, reaction time, and focus, all without providing any sort of hard crash at the end. They're a really cool company. I've loved partnering with them. One of the things I love about them is that they're really intentional about the ingredients they use. They use like natural caffeine and other ingredients that other people don't use, like Ludamax 2020, which helps with eye health for gamers who are staring at screens all day long. So they're really cool. Their flavors are great, and they mix really, really well without any sort of chalky aftertaste or anything like that. If you want to learn more, or if you want to pick some up, you can use code KAZAM at checkout, or just check out the link down below for 10% off your order. But with all that stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in. So this episode is all about the Vepr 136. We'll also do a little honorable mention of the SKS towards the end of the video. As you know, so this video is all about guns that I feel are underutilized in Tarkov that with some understanding and in the capable hands can wreck PMCs and scavs and scav boss and anything alike in Tarkov. So it all starts with ammo, right? And one of the most important things to learn is how the ammo works, how it functions in Escape From Tarkov, so that you aren't, depending on what armor your opponent has, you're not just bouncing 30 or 40 shots off of, but you know what you're doing. So it kind of starts with the ammo. 7.62 by 3.9 is a great caliber. It's a hard-hitting caliber. There's a few different ammo varieties, but at the end of the day, unfortunately, you really only need to really be thinking about two, and that's PS and BP. So PS, if you're a newer player to the game, PS is you can buy it right from day one from level 1 prepper, and you can use this round. It's one of the harder hitting rounds that you can get as a brand new player. It's got 32 pen, 57 damage, great damage output for killing scavs or something like that. And 32 pen is going to pen even some of the more meta face shields on like exfil helmets and fast MTs and stuff like that. It's going to pen class 3 armor really well. You're going to need to hit enemies quite a bit if you're going up against, you know, class 5 armor and you're hitting them in the chest. But it's a hard-hitting early game round. Once you get the ability to, running 7.62 BP is very worth it. It's got 47 pen, 58 damage. If you've been playing for a while, you know that this round is really, really well. This round has been getting a lot of love, and the full auto variants of these guns, the AKM, the AKMN, have been getting a lot of love as well, because people, with the current meta and with the price of some of the other calibers of ammo, the 7.62 BP is really a good price to performance ratio. You can buy this from prepper, but you have to complete the quest Punisher Part 5 in order to do that. So even if you are level 3, which is what level you can purchase from, you do have to complete that quest before you can unlock the purchase. But it's 847 rubles a round, which is definitely not cheap, but it's in the meta, it's weirdly kind of the middle of the road. You've got 995 that sells for over 2,000 rubles around. But it is a little bit more on the expensive side. But that is one of the reasons, once again, we're going back to a semi-auto weapon and how you can you can conserve ammo, spend a lot less, maybe just run 1 mag in the gun, 1 in your rig, and then a bunch of extra rounds. You're not plowing through rounds like you are with a full auto weapon, which is why I kind of, you know, included on the budget option, because you can save money on mods if you want to by using a semi-auto weapon, spend the extra on ammo, and then keep it in your secure container so you're not risking as much of it. So that's the ammo. The gun itself, another great kind of checkbox for this being in that cheap Chad Destroyer, is the availability and the price of this weapon. So the stock Vepr 136 you can get off the flea market for incredibly cheap, and that is because of how available it is in game. It's a very common weapon to be found on scavs. There's static spawns throughout some of the maps. They're all over the place. So they get listed on the flea market for cheap. You can also purchase this from Skier at level 2. You can barter for it with some horses at level 1. You can purchase it outright from Skier at level 2 for 31,000. So I would definitely check the flea market first. This video might bump up the price on the flea market a little bit, but I'm sure they'll subside, or you can still buy them or barter for them from Skier. But it's a semi-auto weapon. So things like recoil don't matter as much. Of course, if you're long range, you don't want the gun to be kicking up a lot. So if you want to modify it, you absolutely can. But at the end of the day, you can purchase something like a Bastion, which you can get from Skier as well. And you can put any optic you want on something like this. Like a PK06, you'll remove the dust cover and the rear sight, which some people don't realize you have to remove the rear sight. You can throw the Bastion on. You can throw a long range scope like a Valde or a Elcan or something like that. You can throw a red dot on it, and you're pretty much good to go. Mags are cheap. You can get the 10 round mags. A lot of times they come with it. You can get the 30 round mags. There's a plethora of mags, I think up to 50 round mags. And you're basically good to go. So that's like the ultra budget. You're using a round that hits really, really hard, has the potential to one tap most helmets, get through most face shields, and with very little investment, you can put short, mid, or long range optic on it and be good to go with those single taps. Semi-auto weapons do require a little bit more discipline. You have to be able to hit your shots well. Sometimes the netcode can really screw you there, but it's good practice if you're trying to get better aim using semi-auto and not relying on full auto mag dumps. And like we said before, you can save money on ammo by not just mag dumping through them. I find that even though if I have like an M4 or something, and I know that I can just switch to single, like semi-auto whenever I want, I still don't. I still end up mag dumping, holding mouse 1 and just going through a bunch of rounds. So this can kind of allow you to save some of that. Now, it shares basically all of the modifications that you can put on something like an AKM. I have this one that I modded out super for ergo. So it's got 82 ergo. It's really, really snappy to ADS, especially if I've got like a bigger optic on it. That can help a ton. And it brings the vertical recoil, because a lot of times the best in slot ergo mods are either like first, second, or third best for recoil as well. So you end up bringing the recoil down a ton. And I think to mod from a stock Vepr to this costs about 100,000 rubles. So I'll let you decide if you think that's budget or not. The word budget has so many different, it means a different thing to a different person. So for 15,000 rubles, you can get this, which is obviously budget. And then if you like spending a little bit more to get some better stats, but don't want to be spending 300 to 400K on like a Meta M4 or HK, something like this is kind of middle of the road. This brings some super snappy recoil or super snappy ergo, definitely dwindles the recoil down, and you can put like a light on it or a laser if you want, and then an optic of your choice. So it's kind of an all-around solid gun. Once again, you have to be very disciplined with hitting those headshots, and it's a good round. So that's the Vepr. It's just one of those things where I feel like people don't use it. A lot of people like semi-auto, 308 guns or use bolt actions or even like ADARs. But I feel like this round that everybody's kind of falling back in love with this patch, people don't realize that there's some cool semi-auto variations that can shoot this round that you can still modify and make cool if you want as you're like gathering attachments. Now, the honorable mention here is the SKS. For a long time, this almost reigned supreme as the best ultimate budget weapon because it shoots this round, and it's a pretty hard-hitting round that you can get early. The SKSs, there's a few different variations. The regular SKS is what you're going to find a lot on scavs you can buy from Purpur. The OP SKS allows you to put a dovetail mount on it. Sometimes you can get this without the dovetail mount, so if you're trying to put a PSO scope on it and you can't, it's because you need this mount, which you can purchase as well. And the SKS, it shoots the same round. You can do the 10 round internal mags, which don't bring more than one of these in. These aren't mags that get ejected and then reloaded another one. You're going to top load from these. So sometimes you find people that bring a few of these in. Don't do that. You're not going to be able to reload to it. But then you have the 20 round mags and the 30 round mags, which these are more traditional mags that you'll actually reload to another mag if you don't want to be top loading the weapon. But top loading the weapon is once again a great way to conserve ammo. You can have 10 rounds in the gun, which you can't actually top load with any of these mags as well. If you don't bring any more mags, you can top load them all. But the 10 round mag, you can only top load, is I guess what I was trying to say. But it's a great way to conserve ammo as well. You bring one mag, however big you want it to be, and you just stick all the other ammo that you want in your container, and you can just pull out a little bit at a time, and you're saving money on ammo there. Semi-auto, they're not as modular, but you can mod them out a little bit. Like the regular SKS, you can't put the dovetail mount on, but from level 2 Jaeger, you can get this SKS mount that now allows you to put like a laser or flashlight on the side and an optic on the top, or you can use the dovetail mount. There's like the Tapco SKS. I would definitely, if you're interested in the SKS, then use the preset menu and kind of fiddle with it and see. There's all sorts of variations of the SKS that you can do, but they're exiting that kind of like budget realm. The SKSs actually sometimes end up being more expensive than the Veprs. Even from the flea market, the OP SKSs are about 20K. The regular SKSs will probably be a little bit cheaper at around 15K as well. And then you can buy these also from the traders. You can buy the regular SKS from level 1 Prepper and the OP SKS from level 2 Jaeger. Once again, they're going to be a little bit more expensive. So that's kind of it. It's almost like the video's about the guns, but it's almost really about this round. A lot of meta boys are using this round recently. Like we said, it's becoming a lot more popular, and there's a lot more guns than just these big boy full auto heavily modded AKMs that shoot that round, and they can be very, very effective and much more cost effective, even if you want to mod them out a little bit. So I hope that this helped. I hope that if you're looking for something that hits hard and is a little bit cheaper, or if you're just trying to mix up kits and try different things, try and get more disciplined by using semi-auto, I hope that this maybe brought something to your attention that you weren't considering before, and you can maybe use these guns and have some success in your raids in Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to check out this video. If you like it, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. I'm always trying to create content that helps shorten the learning curve of Tarkov and get you in your raids having fun as soon as possible. Like we said before, I stream on Twitch. All my links will be down below. And if you're looking for some friends or some people to play Tarkov with, our Discord, my link for that is down below as well. We've got about 3,000 people in there, from Tarkov veterans to newer players, everything in between. It's an awesome place to be. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.